Morning. It's a Saturday morning, it's early, we've got a job to do. An LG 47-inch has come in and we're going to try and get it working for the customer tonight. A nice Saturday job. We can just have a look on the screen at the specs of this particular one. It's an LG 47 LN 613V. That will tell us that. Right. Okay. Missing out the 6. I've got a dodgy keyboard. There we go. This is it. I don't know if we can find any spec on it at all. We'll go to the LG website. It's come on with a backlight issue now. Yeah, this is the one. And it's not really telling us anything, is it? Bless me. A 0.9 gigahertz processor. 1.25 gigabytes of RAM. Wi-Fi. Magic Remote ready. But yes, full HD. It's smart. And we believe, or at least the customer believes, the backlights have gone. I think the customers had the backlights done before, but didn't have them all done. And I always recommend to customers that they have them all done. But sometimes for cost reasons, they just want the TV up and running and ride their luck. And I have to say they were lucky because the TV lasted another year or so just on a temporary set of backlights. It could do with a good clean, but apart from that, it's all right. I seem to be running out of LG remotes. I must start to stock up. Anyway, don't know if you saw that, but what it's doing is just giving the usual flash, and that means the backlights are not as healthy as they should be. So we're going to put a full set in this and give the customer a year's warranty. If it was, I've done backlight repairs obviously before, backlight repair videos before. We do backlight repairs every day. Lay it down here. There we go. Make sure that'll be fine. But usually if I'm keeping the TV for myself, I will just replace the faulty backlights, adjust the settings, and I keep the TV in the workshop. I've got no more room for TVs in this workshop. I'm completely TV'd out, if you know what I mean. So, first things first, stand off, then back off. Lots of screws in me box. Oh, just to show you, it'd be interesting to have a look at the TV and see. Put some lights on so you can see better. Right. With the handheld. That is the model number, and I'm guessing 2013. How good was I? Oh, I was spot on. August 2013. It's
6 years. But as I say, this is not the first time it's been repaired. This type of model tends to play up.
After 2 or 3 years, the backlights never lasted long on these. Right, anyway, we're not going to bore you with the whole rigmarole of taking screws out, etc. We'll get right to it. Speakers out. And the other thing to remember to do is just disconnect the backlights. I will be testing them with a backlight tester, so I don't want to send voltage back to the LED circuit. Right, that's okay, everything else can come out. Right, so next bit is bezel and screen. Right, being very gentle with the screen, making sure I don't get any fingerprints on it. The screen itself is filthy, but if you get fingerprints on the wrong side, if I get fingerprints on this side, then they're always going to be there. The lens has fallen off. But fallen off from where? I can't see where one's fallen off, can you? Oh yes I can. There. Bottom middle fine, top middle fine. That one fine. The one I did before, fine. So, let's have a look. Can't get that one to light. So we have a problem on this row here. I think what we need to do, as I say, it's immaterial that we have a problem on this row here because we're replacing them all. But it's just nice to know. So let's get the bezel supports out. Sorry, screen supports out, and that's the screen. LC470 due, SF R4, revision 4. Usual culprit for the main board and power supply in these. T-con there. Now what I have to do is just make sure I've got backlights in stock. Sure I have. I've always got backlights in stock, but I have had quite a few 47 inches coming in recently. The other thing to note is I found these things to be invaluable. Keep all the screws and the bits that you need in there. I've got some marker pens which you can wipe up afterwards. They're not permanent pens. Erasable ink. Just stick that over there. Right. let's go looking. Oh, would you believe it? That's never happened before. The first box I get to, the first box I get to says, out come the old backlights. No need to be gentle with them at all. We are not keeping them, we are not reselling them, we will not use them in another TV. They will go in the bin. The amount of backlights I am throwing away of late. It's a serious amount. And there are people selling them for an amazing price. There are people selling backlights on eBay, second-hand ones that could fail within the same day of putting them in, for more money than what a new set costs.
The LED lights are working fine, by the way. Always difficult to spot them on camera due to what's known as the beat frequency, which makes the LEDs look like they're flickering or not working correctly, but I can promise you they are.
Putting the gloves back on, but inside out. Don't ask why. Right. Just making sure that the bezel for the screen is back on correctly, because if it's just slightly protruding in a corner or anywhere, the screen doesn't go in correctly, and then you start pressing down on the screen and then you start causing damage, and then the tears will begin. Don't cry. Right, this is the most delicate bit. Making sure I've got the screen in. Finger back the bush. Ooh. Do you know that dropped straight in? I have to say it doesn't usually do that. I do have to do a little bit of fettling, gentle fettling, but that just drops straight in. So the LG light should stay on for longer than normal, and it has done. Which means the screen's coming on nicely. You can see that the screen and the picture has come back on there with the numbers and the no signal bit, la-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da. My favourite part of this repair, apart from getting paid for it, that's always a very good part. My favourite part of this repair is this. This stuff smells lovely. And so it should, because it's blooming expensive. I'll be very naughty and I'll put it on the LG there. And I'll just show you. This is the stuff I've been using for years now. It's not cheap. It's about £10 a tub. I'm not giving them a commercial, but it really is. Very nice stuff. I mean, very nice stuff, obviously. It does the job. For £10 a tub, you'd expect it to do the job. You'd expect it to do the job and take you out for a meal at the weekends for £10 a blooming tub. But it smells lovely. I call it the smell of success. I only use that if the repair has been a success. Pointless cleaning the screen until you put the TV back together, because if you can't fix it or something goes wrong, then you've wasted cleaning the screen. It's only going to go down the tip. You probably can't see this on camera, but I'm getting all the muck off. All the muck off, especially here at the bottom. I always pay extra attention to my bottom. And wipe at the bottom. I've got neighbours who must hear these conversations that I'm having, because I've got a big mouth, and they they must think I'm nuts. Lovely and clean, apart from this corner. This corner is filthy. I don't know why this corner is filthy, but this corner is no longer filthy. Okay. Look how it's gleaming. It's looking a bit of a gleamy haze on the camera. Can't fit it all in there. Does that make it any better? No! It makes it worse. But anyway, we know that so far it's been a success. I say so far. So, new backlights in, brand new backlights, a year's warranty. I'd expect them to last well past a year. Customer can watch this TV tonight. This one only came in, well, I picked it up for them yesterday. So, we can now take off the hot, sweaty gloves, because the gloves are hot and sweaty, and they can go in the bin. Oh, that's better. Ah, that's better. Oh, oh, oh. And we'll put it back together. Here we go. Menu, where did they have the backlights? Look, you see, that's how their backlights lasted so well, even though they didn't have them a complete set last time. They just had a few. And that's how it's lasted so well, because they had them down to 50. All I'm going to do, if I can, if I may, if I should, I just want to test the sound. So I'm going to put a HDMI input in it. The only problem is with my HDMI input, I think I broke the lead. Anyway, we'll soon see. We'll soon see if this lead works. Input. Well, It's got it there as something.
And that is how we replace the backlights on an LG 47-inch. Pretty much the same as a 42 or a 50-inch, to be honest with you. We've got those coming in later on today. Hope the video was helpful. If it was, if you want to subscribe or give us a like, that's great. And thank you very much for watching. Here's a telephone number if we can help further.